Hello guys, this video will be unusual for my channel. I will talk about why a year later I decided to play Path of Titans again, what I think and feel about this, and also give my opinion on how I came to this decision, and maybe people who are faced with the same problem as I will also be able to realize important things to themselves. So pour yourself some tea, take a cookie, and let's get started. Already a year has passed since the terrible tragedy for me and for my country. Who does not know I am Ukrainian? In March last year I lost the person whom I called my sister, and the worst thing in that our account with her, Mediva, it was the only one stuff that reminds me of her after her death. Some of her characters remained there, and also the home cave which we designed together. And this is what I fought for trying to recover the account. For everyone I think it's obvious that for me the loss of the account it's not a matter of $15. I could easily buy 5 more such accounts if I wanted to. Brief backgrounds for those who did not watch my video about why Mediva's account was banned. I got a permanent mute. I contacted support. In the support service I received this answer: we have the right to not say the reason for the mute, after which they ignored my message. Well, behave of adults who work in the support service, right? I wrote them 3 more requests asking why I got muted in the game, after which they blocked my account. Yes, they basically did this just because I have all rights to know why the account for which I paid money was muted. I contacted support again and asked why I got banned, after which I was banned from the support site. I wrote about everything on Discord. Obviously, the main person of this project, Matt, blamed me for everything. Supposedly I was making a drama here. Interesting why. And his moderator also blocked me, after which I posted a video with all the proofs about this. I will leave the link in the description. But I don't wanna waste a lot of time talking about how childish and wrong the act was. Everyone has long made their own conclusion about these developments and their attitude towards people. And you know, I really put a lot of effort into making this case public and got a lot of comments from people who are in one way or another encountered a random mute or ban. Then I realized that my case was not a mistake or an incident, it was a system. For a while I had a desire to fight this and change something, but it took a lot of energy and did not give any result. And I'm just an ordinary person just like everyone else. I don't have millions of dollars to hire lawyers and try to sue, involve the media or something else. But the feelings of injustice weighed on me all year. This was not the only one thing that depressed me. Let's remind you that I lost a closest one. My grandmother remained in Ukraine and she almost cannot walk. I am very worried about her as well as for my entire family. At some point I stopped even watching the news in order to somehow protect myself. You understand that state of trance I was in after all of this. Of course, I also had many other things that distract me. After all, I moved to another country and had to learn the language, interact with the state and all of this. I just could not accept this, and this feeling of mine destroyed me even more. I understood this, but I felt powerlessness because of the inability to influence something. It's a terrible feeling. I didn't know how to deal with it, literally until recently. I asked myself a question. Why are these still people who justify their behavior, support their failed decision and stuff? Then I look around and oh my god, we live in a world where here are fans of Hitler or Putin. I just noticed this and realized that any struggle is meaningless. There will always be people who want to find excuses for bad deeds, and I, trying to fight this, not only did not change anything, I only harmed myself. The release of a new Harry Potter games also inspired me to new thoughts. I'm not a fan, but this situation was literally everywhere, so I couldn't get past it. I thought, why do people make such a fuss? If you like the game, just play this, because the gaming industry is always dominated by normies who buy games for fun and don't really care what kind of people are behind the development of these games. So if you don't buy the game, it literally won't change anything, even if there are thousands of people like that. You will only hurt yourself if you artificially limit yourself. And I just realized that I did the same. I don't like Blizzard, and very often their decision burned my ass so much, especially when it comes to games lore. But it's also worth noting that comparing the AAA company like Blizzard with the indie studio Alderaan Games, it's completely incorrect. Because in the first case, they don't have one leading person who can be called the main one and who decided everything. Decisions are made by many people and they are all different. From games designer to chef directors, they are all Blizzard. But the point is not that, but that I continue to play World of Warcraft no matter what. Even after a break of 2 years, I returned there again. I thought maybe the main problem with why the Alderaan Games situation hurt me so much is the emotional payoff, except for the situation with system. In the case of any other games, I never interacted with the developers, didn't try to help, didn't get involved in their work in any way. Then I discovered Path of Titans in 2021. I was excited and wanted to do my best to promote this game, make it more popular, help the developments with finding bugs, give them feedbacks about the game and all of that. And I did all of this. I didn't really expect any kind of reward, but of course I even didn't get this because Alderaan Games doesn't give a damn about their player and their time at work. Only a chosen one, by incomprehensible criteria, deserves their favor. I literally remember the day when I worked and at the same time participated in testing various bugs and new mechanics because I sincerely wanted to help them. Of course, it was a big mistake that I will never make again. But how did I get the desire to return into the game again if any mention of it caused me negative emotions? Everything is extremely simple. As far as I am a creative person, my characters are very important to me. Well, after all, I am a fan of dinosaurs. Why should I deny myself the pleasure of playing a dinosaur game because of unscrupulous developers? I did absolutely nothing wrong and didn't break any rule. I was kicked out from the game and the community not because I was some kind of wrong person or I violated something. It was because of the stupidity and arrogance of the developers who think they have all rights to do this to a player who is just trying to find out why they got abused. I was banned unfairly, so I still have all the rights to play that game I pay money for. After thinking about this, I decided to give it a try. I won't say that my return was somehow significant and cost me all, rather not really, because in a year, the game has deteriorated so badly in my opinion. The community and developers has become even more toxic than it used to be. Very ironic given their policies and the fact that they are supposedly fighting toxicity. So I closed the global chat so I don't see all of this and not get brain cancer. All are also present mega packs and control any point and kill everything what moves. Nothing has changed for the better. I feel their stagnation. This is very strange but probably not true. Over the past year I have developed quite strongly. I survived the loss and the phase of grief, become emotionally stronger and more restrained. Not without effort of course, because it's very hard to lose someone with whom you had some fun. Memories very often press on me, but I can no longer live in the past. I must move on and not destroy myself with hatred and resentment. Let them continue to do this, because even after 1 year they still don't want to hear anything about the situation and change anything in themselves. I think sooner or later they will get what they deserve, because getting rid of problems by blocking and ignoring players will not lead to anything good. I also realize that the key to a comfortable life is to be able to separate the creator from the product, and this is really very important. I'm sure you also found yourself in a situation where you really love the work of some musical group, but you don't just listen to sound. You are emotionally involved in the life of performers, follow them, and then you will find out that as a person they are really bad and perhaps even did some crime. Then you enter into an internal struggle with yourself. Is it worth it to continue listening to sound that you like, but which are created by monsters? And my answer is yes. The world is not absolutely perfect. Is it very difficult to find something that you will love and what will not leave any flaws? It is very important to just enjoy your favorite stuff, hobbies, games. It will just keep your mental health. I am a very ideological person and this step was incredibly long and difficult for me, but I just realized that I don't want to complicate my life anymore for the sake of some idea. I just want to live in comfort and enjoy. If we're talking about enjoying and having fun, I recommend to play Primal Carnage Extinction. Of course, this game is not in the survival genre, but I personally like this. Plus, the developers of this game is very nice and the community is much less toxic than any other in dinosaur fandom. Summing up, I'll say that I'm not quite sure that I will be very active in Path of Titans and publish video often than it was before. As I mentioned, this game has become worse and more boring. It's fun to play only with friends. But I do not rule out that I will completely get rid of negative emotion for this game. I strive for this. I have at least 3 accounts from which I can play, so I don't think that they will find me, especially since I don't have much desire to chat with people. So now I want to tell you a little about my plans for my channel. Probably the next video about Path of Titans will deal with the direct assessment of the game itself, which will be of course my subjective opinion. I am also working on a video on new format, namely unboxing my doll and dinosaur figurines. I don't expect big on this kind of content, but on my channel I just get creative and do what I want. Well, this video turned out to be lengthy for sure, but I told everything I wanted to. Make your own conclusion, take care of yourself, and see you soon!